see if anybody joins. Don't fully expect a big audience because I never stream. Oh, okay. I mean, this is fine for now. My thing's orientated that way, so I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, 4 people. Somebody came. 3 people. I hope this connection is working. Oh, it's an artistic choice. Yeah. It's a practicality choice because that's the way that the car phone mount is orientated, so I'm just leaving it. Well, I guess there's 3 people here, one of which is probably Nathan, so maybe 2. I'm looking for some company on this lonely drive. I have no friends. Seats are empty. I only have clothing and camera gear. I also have, if you guys can't hear me very well, I can plug my headphones in, and that'll help probably with the sound. I don't know what it sounds like though. I'm in Oregon, and I'm heading northeast. I'm on East 84 Interstate, and I'm going 65 miles an hour now. 64, now 65. I'm one of the only people that drives the speed limit in this world. Somebody is here. It goes. I went to 5, then I went to 4. They were like, "This is so boring. I don't want to watch this guy." Fair enough. Well, if anybody wants to talk, I'm available. Because I'll be driving for a while. I have a little bit extra data, so hopefully, I don't know how it'd be really sad if this thing consumes like tons of data right away, and then I won't be able to do any more streams. I'm gonna try to do another stream tonight. I'm gonna try to go to a motel. Hello. Yes, I missed the rest of your name. Samus. I was shocked at how fast they drive in Oregon. Yeah, they drive really fast in Oregon, and they drive really in Los Angeles, California, but most terrible drivers. Many of them have no regard for anybody else on the road. It's very sad. I like this drive. Oh yeah, I said to 18 plus just because I was like, well, whatever, in case I say things about penises or something. How do I pull up that chat again? I want to see the messages I missed. Dang. Oh, there it is. Driving fast is awesome. I love it. Yeah, driving fast is awesome. I love it when it's done in a responsible way, where you're not taking other people's lives into your hands without any consideration for them or their loved ones. Just go, and you may say, oh, but my house is private, but it's still a violation of people's safety in a public place. I could dump toxic waste at the beach and you wouldn't be happy. Don't do that because it won't notify people, and hides. And it hides it. Well, it's too late now. I already did it, so I don't think I can undo that because it was in the settings. But yeah, the people. Hello, Barf Murky. The people who are being notified are over 18 anyway, I would think, for the most part. I imagine there's not very many people who are under 18 watching this. There's not very many people watching this, period. Well, for those of you who just joined, I'm driving through the wasteland that is maybe part of the Columbia Gorge. It's awful here because the sky just looks so gloomy and depressing because there's so much smoke. It's not like apocalyptic orangey, but it's like definitely like just ugly color haze. I wonder if I could do this. No, that's not this. No, can't really see. Well, you can sort of see that there. The sky's a little bit nasty up there on the right-hand corner. Well, driving to an unknown destination. I'm trying to get to Glacier National Park, and I'm not going to make it there tonight because it says it's like another 8 hours. It says I get there at like 3 in the morning if I kept driving, and it's 6 o'clock here. So, gonna have to do a stop. The problem is it costs money to stop, and I have to save as much money as I possibly can because I don't have any, and every motel is going to cost me $100 or whatever. That's part of the reason why I'm going to do a stream here. I'm trying to raise dollars for the motels, but because otherwise it comes out of that loan that I have, and the loan that's what it's for, but I also just don't have the money to pay it back. So if anyone feels generous, they can offer a few dollars for the motel through the Streamlabs link in the description. But I'm heading toward Glacier National Park. I've never been there. Pretty sure I got my pass with me. Yes, I do. And hoping that there's a payphone there, but I don't know for sure. And then I was hoping to go to Yellowstone National Park after that because it's even farther, so I'm trying to do the closer one first. But that has been flooded 2-3 months ago, whenever that was. And the roads, many pieces of the road got literally washed away. So I don't know if I'll be able to access those spaces where the payphones should be. So first I'm going to Glacier National Park. There is a personal reason why I'd like to go there as well. If anybody knows, take a guess before I tell you. But I'm hoping to find a payphone there, or many payphones. And then the other thing that has me nervous is that I have to hope that I don't get shut down by like potentially a ranger or something. How do you just hold your finger, put on the orange tinted sunglasses so you can imagine how it's like to drive through, and I can't see that last word because the thing was in the way. To drive through Mexico. Well, I don't know if that's what it's like to drive through Mexico, but I did have some glasses like that, and they made an appearance in All Boredom Amused, the feature film. And Glacier, is that where you filmed Solar? No, that's not where I filmed Solar. Solar I shot in California. Hello, Benjamin Strobel. For anybody joining us, I'm driving to Glacier National Park, hoping to find a payphone. that I can film part of this art project, mood piece, audio picture, film at. It's kind of crazy because I'm kind of just going out on a whim and just hoping that these phones are here. I've done research and there's supposed to be phones here, but again, I don't know if I'm gonna get like told to stop filming. I have a whole setup where like I shot the first call that I did in Oregon, and I have like these solar shades, and they're designed to fit in each window, and I put them all up, and I put the camera on an Apple box, and then on the hi-hat, which is a short stand for the camera, and then I can still swivel the head of the tripod head, if you want to call it a tripod head, and I can get a pretty good shot if I can put the car in a good spot. That's totally contingent on whether or not I can get the car in an appropriate place for filming, because if it's like I have to park across the street or at a 90-degree angle or something, it just doesn't work, then I won't be able to do that. I'll have to take out the tripod, which I don't want to do if I don't have to. But my point is, I have all these sun screens, and I can block the interior of the car. So if people drive by, it just looks like someone talking on a payphone. And ooh, there's a bunch of water gushing out of this dam situation over here. Reminds me of what's that movie? And they bring him down to the dam, and then the alarm goes off, and they try to get him in the water when they open the gates. And he's like, kind of the parallax view. Does anybody know parallax view? I'm reminded of that right now. Looking at this dam. Opened up it says the Dalles, or Dalles. I guess some people call that the Dalles, even though to me it looks like Dallas. Yeah, it's supposed to be a huge power. That's good. Natural moving water is probably one of the sources for electricity, right? Wind, solar, and moving water. Most clean sources. What was I saying? So I put up these sunscreens, and people can't see into the car. So the camera can be on me, and it's only that one window that I have open, and it's facing me. So when people drive by, potentially park rangers and just, regular tourists, they have no idea that I'm filming. They'll just see a guy on a payphone. So that's great if I can do the shots like that, because then I don't have to deal with anybody saying you can't film here or whatever. I'm hoping that's the case for all the phones I find. I can just shoot from the car, secret, and not have to deal with it. Unless I'm in like a totally like cool place where like it's clear that they don't care, and like I'm out in the middle of a field. I am hoping to find some phones in restaurants. It's like a small bar or something, or restaurants, place like that, where like I can ask permission and say, hey, I want to make this, I don't know, I'm just gonna say I'm making a documentary about payphones, even though that's entirely not true, but it sounds to them like, oh, that's easy to understand, and it's funny and interesting that you're doing that, and they won't be so like, you're making a movie? What is it about? Like, then they get kind of uncomfortable because they don't want to be associated with something if they don't know what it is. So anyway, it'd be nice if I could get some place like that. I've done so much research to try to find these phones, but I was going to say, like, I don't know how to find these places, though. Because, aside from going in, because there'd be restaurants. I was also hoping to find one at, like, a hotel or something, like an older, sort of dated-looking hotel would be nice. I'm opening up to using, like, phones in motels, but I'm also just trying to open up, just be, like, open to whatever this thing wants to be. It's almost like I'm going to let the universe guide me. Because normally I get, like, it's not like a scripted thing, so doesn't really like have to follow any sort of specific formula. I did want to do payphones because it's neat to see like, oh my gosh, that guy's on a payphone and it's working. Phone calls on landlines just to get that tone, that audio quality that you hear through a telephone, through a landline. This is so like, it just looks like, so yeah, I might just do some motels, because that can be pretty in its own way. I mean, I've seen tons of movies where it's like, it's a really cool looking scene in a motel room, but I'm not sure. The other thing is I have to make sure that the places I stay in have the landline. I went to a motel the other night I think it was in California or something, but they didn't have a phone. They didn't have a phone there. But I went to another hotel in Lone Pine in California, and they all have room phones, and you can dial out. So that's gonna have to be a thing where I have to like ask, do you guys have phones in your room so I can make a call? Because I don't have cell phone. I'll just tell them I don't have cell phone service or something. I don't know. But anyway, I don't need to tell them anything. I just need to ask if they have it. So I need to make sure of that. This is lonely. That's called the Lonely Filmmaker. I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm pretty tired of just filming alone. This would be great if I had some people with me, just like companions. Everything, I think, considering the state of mind that I'm in at this moment, putting on top of it this sort of like lonely filmmaking is probably not the most like mentally healthy thing for me. But I'm also like highly like determined kind of person where I'll just make myself do this project because I started it, even if I'm not feeling like totally mentally capable or up for it at the moment. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any chatterini. You gotta remember to use your cell if you say that. LOL. Wait, hang on. What did I miss? Driving. Yay. It's like, hello, Rashid. And Ryu. Or Raitu. Chiyu. I can't look very much at the phone because I am driving. How do you get that chat? I don't know what. Every time I bring the chat up, something different. I do something different. Maybe I slide my finger. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's gotta be a mile long. Hello, Chris. I think the stream is back. I lost half the audience. Sorry. Is it back now, Memphis? Because I lost my signal. It's saying the channel doesn't exist. Well, you guys should be looking for Superhouse, not Dub Boys. I don't know because if Nathan rebranded it all, brought it back to Superhouse. So I am back, and I'm sure I'll lose my signal again at some point. I left earlier and came back, and it was okay. Chris, I am headed to Glacier National Park to look for a payphone. Supposed to be a payphone. Supposed to be multiple payphones. And I was saying earlier, I just wish I had some companions on this trip. I'm already like feeling very like I'm introverted to begin with. I feel very isolated in my life. I see like 2 people every couple months or something. And I'm thinking, this is not good for my mental health. I'm not like hanging out with enough people, socializing enough, because the pandemic sort of like amplified that behavior in me of like staying home and just keeping to myself. And so now I find like, I was thinking about going to an arcade the other day with Tom and Alba and Nathan, and we didn't go because I don't know why we didn't go, but Nathan was busy and I worked until like 9 o'clock that night, so we didn't go. We would have had to go come pretty late, I guess. But anyway, I don't hang out with a lot of people. I haven't been doing. I feel like the world is gone. Like I feel like where is the world? Where are my friends? I talked to like a couple friends on the phone and stuff, but I don't talk like I don't see people in person very much. Ah, hello AJ. Greetings. Yeah. It's some people don't want to hang because of the pandemic, and it's also like, you hear about a shooting, you're like, okay, I'm staying inside, and then the virus before that makes you want to stay inside, and then whatever else goes on, and then I do like to stay home and I write and I work on my stuff, but normally I have like a balance for when I was in England, like I would write, but I'd always have like Helen there, and then big train coming by. Things flying. Yeah, Siri. Virtual Hangouts definitely like a good thing, like helpful, but it is probably no substitution for. That's okay, in Raspberry. Dude, this train is flying. The virtual hangs are cool, sort of a backup thing, but they're not a substitution for the real thing, like hanging out with people. So I think, now doing this, I should definitely be hanging out with more people. By the way, do I sound like really airy and like hard to understand? But if you do end up there, let's hang out. I missed where you said, Chris. It's hard for me to look at this actually because I'm driving. All I saw, Chris, was where you heading. And then you said if I do. Oh, you talking about just if I end up. Are you referring to Glacier National Park? Okay, thanks AJ. I have a pair of headphones I can put in just on one ear just so you can use the mic. Because I don't know. Yeah, road amp. Yeah, does this sound like. I think. They're right here. I have the old pair so that I can plug in the regular headphone jack. Because otherwise I have to sacrifice the power jack for those newer headphones. Or the headphone jack. Yeah, it is better. Any different? It might sound a little better just because it's like more directional and closer up to my mouth. Well, same as I tried anyway. They were right here. I didn't have to be distracted to get them. I was at Musso. I wish it would read me the chat. Oh, good. Sounds better. Improvement, Dad. Thank you. I was just gonna ask Memphis, did the phones work that you saw? None of the phones worked. Oh God. It's such a tease. I hate it. Oh my God, this is such a bummer. The Road Warrior sent gas money. Do I not have donation notification on here? How much was the donation? Does anybody see? Send me a smoke signal if you find a payphone. Yeah, well, probably just as well. You guys, unfortunately, I think, hi Raspberry, I think that this is going to continue like this. It's weird. I'm not in the middle of nowhere, really. I don't feel like I am. I'm just on a highway. I mean, there's some towns and stuff once in a while. So bear with me. Hopefully it just keeps coming back if it goes away. But yeah. Is there anywhere, like, people who stream like on the go, do they just use like whatever those hotspots are and not depend on the actual network? See, with a payphone, you don't have to worry about the signal cutting out. You can't really go anywhere like this, but you could do a 10,000 way conference call if you called into someone. I'm going by Rufus. That's this town. Isn't that the character's name in Bill and Ted, George Carlin's character? Whom my hair may be reminiscent of. George Carlin. I want to cut my hair, but then I was like, I'll just keep it for now. I'll probably cut it during this trip or right after. Yeah, Rufus. Well, they must have named the town after him. Speed limit, 70 miles an hour. Whew, excuse me. Bouncy road. Whenever the road gets like a little bit like wobbly, bumpy, I'm like, oh, what's wrong with my car? And then the road stops. I'm like, okay, it's not my car, it's the road. Oh, that's your new name? Rufus? Really? My hair's like slightly curly, depending on the humidity, but it's like a little bit wavy. But when I cut it short, like sometimes the ends, Helen will say there'll be like little like curls in certain spots. But it's not, I would not call it curly hair. Oh, I see. I'm going to buy another big dam. Another parallax view reminder. Anybody seen that movie? This is the most recent movie I just watched. I just watched Room at the Top. Yeah, kind of wavy. Has anybody seen Room at the Top? A British movie from like 1959 or 1960 maybe, 1958. And I watched before that. Oh, I watched A Taste of Honey recently. I'm gonna make a post about A Taste of Honey. And then today I saw Criterion posted the exact same scene. Hey, I came back. Hello, Mike Galvin. Streaming the drive to what I believe will be Glacier National Park. Let's hope there's no smoky skies, because I looked at the webcams today and they were kind of hazy. All these wildfires are quite a bummer. Yep. I wish I knew how much that donation was for the Road Warrior, or whatever that was. If anybody out there has any loose change, feel free to drop it into the Cheffid depository. I'm using all to go toward this film, and especially this week. Way across the river for motels. I'm trying to raise every stream. I'm trying to raise $100. Part of my flying spit. That train is so long. Wow. It's all the way across the river, so I can almost see it end to end. Some little hills in the way. It's so long. here in my life in Idaho. It's terribly frustrating. I sent you something in the donation stuff. Good luck, dude. Oh, thanks, Sketchy. I will be using that for my motel this evening. 100%. Every cent that anybody donates is absolutely going toward this film. As you all probably know, I took out a $7,000 loan, and every dime I get goes directly into that loan. I took everything I made last stream, put that in immediately, and then I took the money from the other stream that I did with Tom. I put all that in, and I'm putting in. I see the messages, Sketchy, but it's not saying. I'm not getting donation. I just said, Sketchy, what did you do? Oh my God! Sketchy! Why so much? Oh my gosh! Sketchy just donated $200. I'm in shock. What the heck? First of all, thank you. That is incredibly generous of you. Wow. Sketchy. I can't believe I looked at that and it said so many zeros. $200. And Nathan donated 10. Sketchy. I'm back. I'm just trying to give you a bajillion praises because it's insane that you just donated $200, and also it makes me want to cry because it's such a relief because now I know I have 2 nights worth of motel affordability. Oh my gosh. Sketchy. Definitely got to put a special thanks to you in this film project, museum exhibit, whatever it may end up being. That is so nice of you. I can't believe you gave $200. I'm so grateful. I don't quite understand how it happened, but thank you times infinity. Whew. I feel so much relief right now because I'm like, okay, because I have my sleeping pad in the car. You can kind of see that white thing right there. So I can sleep in the car if I need to, but I'm also afraid to sleep in the car because of all my crazy paranoia and being worried that there's all kinds of maniacs out there. So I'm happy that I can stay in a motel, which I assume is safer, and I can feel like I'm living through a film like Paris, Texas, or, well, I was going to say There Will Be Blood, but that's kind of a scary movie. But there's motels in it. Or Bottle Rocket. Yes, that's right. More like a happy, fun, sunny. Thank you, Sketchy, a million infinities over and over. Well, I just feel such relief right now. I just feel so happy that you did that because it's so helpful for me making this movie because that's one less stress. Hello, Piper. I am praising Sketchy because they donated $200 to the film fund. Unbelievable. Oh, what a relief. What a relief. It's such a relief when you're lonely on the road. You feel like, what am I doing? Why am I here? And then somebody very kind and generous reaches out and helps me out and donates. That donation is hugely appreciated. Please know that. Oh, what a relief. Now I get the joy of picking out a motel to sleep in instead of sleeping in the car. Thank you. You've made this film a lot easier for me. Now I just need to find somebody to be camera assistant, friend, and moral support. I guess this is moral support via the chat. Let's see if I missed anything. Yeah, so Piper and anybody else who may have tuned in, I'm driving to Glacier National Park. I feel like almost happy now because of the relief of knowing that I can afford these motels for at least these next 2 nights. Maybe they'd be more. Maybe I can get a motel for like, you know, $70 or something, $60, and then I can do like 3 nights. Ah, thank you, AJ. So I'm going to Glacier National Park, hoping to find some payphones to make some calls for the film and see something new because I've never been to this place. And I mentioned earlier in the stream, does anybody know what personal reason I may have to be going to Glacier National Park? And I don't think anybody guessed, but I will now reveal that answer after a drink of water. What a strange area this is. It's like following the river, I think. It's a really wide river. I've been traveling along this river for a very long time. I will soon reveal. Consider the navigation map, just hoping it would free up a little bit of bandwidth. It is the Columbia River. Can you guys hear me when I do leave YouTube and I'm talking? Does it still at least play the audio for you? Good luck. I am glad you feel better about it. Thank you so much, Sketchy. I mean, almost like if I really let myself, I would cry. Thank you. I'm so happy that you like it, and I really hope that you'll enjoy it. It's going to take me a little while to make this thing, but it won't be another 6 months until it's done. But Piper, we're going to Glacier National first, and we're going to Yellowstone. And also I can do another stream now that I have motel money. I'll be able to do another stream from the motel, and it'll be a lot more reliable, I hope, the service. But I'm just saying, I'm driving along the Columbia River right now. It's really wide. It's like huge. It looks like, I thought it was a lake, but then I realized that this lake has not ended for many miles. This is a very long, narrow lake. I wish like there was a two-way communication sometimes on some of this. Like you could choose to have it, or I mean, I know you can do the chats, but like, I guess that's what those Discord calls are. You can do like a conference chat. What was I saying? Yeah, Glacier National Park, Piper. And thank you, Sketchy. Have a wonderful evening, and I hope you enjoy just some of the next updates. I'll be doing this throughout the whole process. This is like the idea was to just sort of try to do these little updates and keep people interested and generate some word of mouth excitement about this art project that I'm working on, which will soon, hopefully soon, be public and shared with all of you in the world. What was I gonna say? We're going to Glacier National Park, and that's right. Does anybody know what personal reason I may have? Thank you for bearing with me, everybody. So we're not going to Yellowstone, but we're going to Glacier National Park. Thank you, AJ. I'm excited that you're excited. I like that there's somebody out there that wants to see it when it's done, hopefully. Your YouTube page shows 404 error. Oh, well, some other people were making comments about something not working. It's not in my control. I don't run YouTube. Sorry that it's been not working though. And the personal reason, if there's no guesses, part of my film there is I want to travel on the going to the sun road, and road, if you know, is the road from the opening titles for The Shining. So all that helicopter footage traveling and following the Volkswagen Bug up that road and going over that lake at the very opening and then goes over to the road and follows them. That is the Going to the Sun Road, such a long title, in Glacier National Park. Hope you find homes. I believe in you. I am sure everyone here does too. It will all work out. Thank you, Sketchy. Thank you for the support. It's very nice to have some morale, some positivity, some support. I very like down in my head. I wake up in the morning and I thought like, what am I doing? Why am I wasting my time? This is like the most ridiculous thing. I know it's just like weirdly self-deprecating, not self-deprecating, but sort of self-esteem situations. Thank you, Sketchy. And I believe in the project, but also at the same time, my whatever it is, depression or whatever self-esteem stuff gets in the way, confidence, and then it's like, I have to battle it. So then that's why I kind of feel like I'm just sort of zombieing through some of this. And then I get there and I feel better and everything, and then I get happy because I do a call and it works. Gotta persevere. That's enough complaining from me. Positivity. AJ says you should play the opening theme from The Shining as you drive up there. I know I should. I probably would have done that. I probably was thinking about it because I did that once. I played that music once before when I was going. I played that music once when I was driving through Mount Hood area, because so that shot ends at, or that scene, the opening title sequence ends on the Timberline Lodge in Mount Hood, which they call the Overlook Hotel, but that is Glacier National Park all the way up the road, and then it cuts to the exterior of the Timberline Lodge in Oregon on Mount Hood, and then it goes into sound stages. And I had a friend, and she insisted that they shot The Shining in Yosemite at the Ahwahnee Hotel, which is an understandable mistake or misunderstanding, I guess, because when you go into that hotel, it is like you're on the set of The Shining, because it is so. They almost replicated that hotel like to like a huge level of detail. Like it's almost a reproduction, because so much of that hotel, the main part, the big grand room, the check-in desk, some of that, all that lobby area, the elevator, specifically that elevator. So much of like the heavy stuff in that film is direct, almost, inspiration from the Ahwahnee Hotel in Yosemite. But it's a soundstage. It's all fake. It's all shot in London, or just outside London. L Street Studios, I think, is where they shot it. Or was it Pinewood? I can't remember right now. And so yeah, I told her, and she just didn't think I was right. And I was like, I'm telling you. And also, if you watch Vivian Kubrick's documentary, you can see as she follows Jack Nicholson out of the living quarters, down the stairs, into the set. And you can see it right before your eyes transition from the hallways in the studio to the sets. So 100% was not shot in Yosemite, but it is the spitting image of that hotel in like many, many ways. So anyway, I want to drive up that road because I think that would be kind of neat to see where they shot that scene. It's totally reasonable to have some anxiety going into a new project, especially after having been so isolated. Like, yeah, I know. I'm in Oregon right now, Nathan. I think I should be. Oh my gosh, there's so many trains. There's so many like long freight trains that travel along the Columbia River. think I'm in Oregon, unless I'm in Washington. L Street Studios. It was L Street. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was L Street at first, but then I doubted it, and I thought it was then. Is there one called Pinewood? But yeah, coming out of like isolation and going into like the world is a little bit like freaky. Actually, it's not too smoky, but I was gonna try to show you guys. I can't really look at what I'm showing you, but I'm trying to show you the sun. Oh wait, that's not. Can you see the sun somewhere? I think I hopefully got it in the frame. This sounds like a really fun project though. Thanks, Amos. It's like again, it would be more fun if I had some like, last time I made the movie with Nathan and my friend Aaron, who's the cinematographer, and our friend Peter, who is the sound technician. And it was just so much more enjoyable. Like, there was stress of like, oh God, I hope these guys aren't like annoyed that we're like, I'm asking all these favors of them, so to speak. But it was so much nicer just to have friends and make a film together. Doing it like that, doing it alone is a little bit lonely and tough. Red Sun from the Fire and Smoke, maybe. Yep, that's right, Memphis. How does this happen? How does there's nobody on the road, and then like I'm approaching a car that's going slow, and then there's one car on the left taking forever to pass me, waiting, and then right when I have to pass, without slowing down, they're just in the way. I have to wait, slow down, do the whole thing. It's just weird. It seems like the probability isn't there, because considering there's hundreds of miles of this road, no cars in sight, when I get to one car, then there's a traffic jam. Yep, back to Superhouse. I was just in Big Bear and there was a fire and the sun looked like that. Yeah. It's like cool because it's like pretty Star Warsy, kind of reminds you of like Japan, I guess, too, or something. But also it's a bummer because it's not like smoky, but it's like hazy, ugly, smoky. So I'm hoping. I looked at the incident map or whatever it's called, and there's like tons of wildfires in Idaho. So maybe the wind is blowing and Montana will be clear. That'd be cool. Yeah, Empire of the Sun, but I haven't seen it. But we were talking about that earlier. I need a snack. That's part of the problem with driving. You like kind of get bored. Yeah, California's always on fire every year, but like it's been on fire longer every year in the past like 5 years. It's like absolutely like exponentially increased. Because when we first moved to California in 2005, there was never anything. They had some fires and stuff, but they weren't like this, where there are hundreds of thousands of acres and they're just like 17 of them all like at once. But it's because everything's getting hotter and drying out. Depressing. We're definitely at the beginning of like the end, so to speak, or something. Like it's like insane. Like if you really kind of step back and like you really think about like what's going on, you look at it, it can almost like freak you out to the point where like you start to have like a panic attack because you're like, there's nothing we can do because no one acted in time. I also heard that like, the whole 1.5 Celsius thing, and like once we break that threshold, like it's just gonna run away no matter what we do. The heating up, the global warming, whatever. And so we're at 1.1, so we have 0.4% of Celsius to increase. Otherwise, once you hit that 1.5, even if you hit that 1.5 and then immediately that next day after that 1.5 you take away every single ounce of carbon, greenhouse gas emissions and everything, it'll never stop, because that in Greenland, the icebergs or the permafrost or whatever it's called, the glaciers, once they hit 1.5, they will be at the tipping point where they'll never be able to freeze again, and they'll just melt indefinitely, 100%, and they're just going to go. So we have 0.4 of a percent, 0.4 Celsius wiggle room. I don't know if you can call that wiggle room or not. More like, I don't know what a word would be. Tiny, minuscule shifting of pinky room. Yeah, so fires, they stink, except for the ones that are supposed to happen, but the natural ones. Yeah, the controlled burns, but those are like, that's different. Lagmeister. I mean, yeah, you aren't wrong in saying there were fires, but they were not as many fires, and they were not as big. But it's definitely like increased. I mean, the science, the facts are there. You just look them up. They're just the acreage and the temperatures are all just on paper. You can just see it's changed. Penguin, are you talking about free money? That it's just like crazy. It's like just one after the other. We shot that, and the network that we made it with said we're not gonna full series. So we have. I actually had hoped, if I can like manage to like make a real income where like I sell one of these projects or a script or something, I can then afford to finish that series. It would be like a mini series. I'd do 5 more episodes, and then I'd have them all, and then I could say to someone like Hulu or Netflix, here, I'll sell you this for $200,000. You can just put it on the air, or maybe, I don't know what I would charge, but you know, I'm trying to make a point that I wouldn't sell it for a whole lot of money just to get it as a completed project. Although at this point, it makes me kind of think like putting it on YouTube is probably the same as letting it get swallowed up in Netflix, because there's like, obviously there's not as much content on Netflix as there is on YouTube, but still, like, relatively speaking, as far as like being discoverable, it's probably a similar level of like exposure. Here we go, minute 60 and 3, 2, 1, 60 minutes. Yeah, so it's funny, I do Uber delivery food, and I was in the pizza place, and they had a quote on the wall. It's like, anyone who ever said money doesn't buy happiness never spent any money on pizza. And then so the quote was Andrew WK. So, is it 69 minutes on yours? Well, you've been watching longer than I have. Is it working? I also wish I could do just as well if I have it like that. Penguin, it is. Okay, good, because it's better than having to wear the one in my ear. Penguin, free money is on YouTube still, as far as I know. So you should be able to still see it if you wanted to share it. I'm going by 3 Mile Canyon, exit 151 on 84 East. Can you hear me when I'm away, when I have to go to the Google map and like my navigation? Does it still record my voice? Can you still hear that, or is it cutting me off? Oh, you said yes. Penguin, sounds fine. Okay, so maybe... Oh wait, that was before. Or maybe not. Yeah, can you guys hear me when I go away from the YouTube page? Does it still play the audio? No, yeah, maybe Penguin, just search Free Money Seth Barnett and it'll come up. Oh, okay, so you can't hear me. I'm trying to still talk to you all when I go to the navigation, but I guess you probably can't even hear me. Oh, my neck. My neck has developed this like habit now of getting really stiff because I think it's from stress. Do I have any snacks? What did I buy that I could just eat? Oh, it buffers. Okay. That's annoying. I thought it would still record the sound. Okay, well, you're going to have to hang on because I'm trying to see where I am. I just want to see if I'm still in Oregon. Yeah, so I'm like traveling right along the border of Washington. But I think eventually I'm going to cut up into Washington for a minute. Then I get into Idaho and then Montana. Oh wait, did I pick the fuel efficient route? I did that earlier. Wasn't showing me that efficient route. I did that earlier. Wasn't showing me that option, but I'm pretty sure this is the way that it said was the fuel efficient route. My God, I can see a gas sign or something way off in the distance, but you can't read it. It's illuminated, but you can't read it because there's so much haze in the air. Oh, this smoke is a bummer. I bet it's gonna get worse when I get close to Idaho because there's a ton of fires there. This is one of those fast highways, 70 miles an hour. Oh, good. Penguin. I'm glad you found it. Oh, maybe it's making it chug when I switch to different apps. Okay, so maybe you can hear me still, but because my signal is not so great, you can't. As I mentioned, I'm hoping to do some calls potentially from the motels. So, although, yeah, it's not 7 o'clock. I guess I could do it in the morning. I guess I could do it at night, but yeah, I could call somebody in the morning. Because otherwise, a lot of people I know are on the East Coast, so it's even later there. But I do wonder if I'm going to change time zones before I get there. And I just thought, what am I doing? I don't know what that is, where I get just intimidated by the world. And I suddenly feel what am I doing out here in the middle of this giant world in the middle of nowhere? Jim Jarmusch is lucky. He had all his friends to make his movies with. He didn't have to do it by himself. Me and Nathan even more than me, has done so many videos alone. I've helped him do a lot of them, but he's done 2 or 3 times as many on his own as I've helped him with. Oh man, I don't understand. Something about my personality. I won't like ask for help. I don't want to inconvenience people. It must be the British part of me. I think I have some British in me. Or just Irish in me. I think Nathan might do a stream tonight. I think, maybe. Just look at this rest area. Picking for payphones. There's a lot of payphones at the California rest areas. There's not a lot of payphones at the rest areas. There's a lot of rest areas that have payphones in California. Not so many times here, though. I should probably stop driving early so I can get up early. Get some stuff done so I don't waste the morning. Because that's the other thing. I told my friend who I was going to call tomorrow around noon. I don't even know where the phones are. I think I'm a little bit behind my ideal schedule. I'd like to be there, 2 or 3 hours ahead so that I can search for the phone, set up, be all ready to go. No wonder I get so stressed. I went there, I checked it all out, I figured out the setup and stuff. Got there 2 hours early. The other thing is, I didn't get there today earlier, or yesterday, I guess. I would have come on Saturday in an ideal world, found it all out, and then stayed the night. Then in the next morning, I would have, well, I guess I would be too early. I guess in an ideal world, I would have left at 8 a.m. today, gotten there at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, found the situation, got all set up the next day. Because I'm also trying to minimize the amount of days that I'm out, because I don't have a lot of money, and so that limits how many nights I can stay in motels. So then I think it's working, and I try to get some more donations, then we can stay out every day. But that's part of the reason why this film is going to take a while, because I'll have to just go out for a few days when I have a chunk of money, $300 or $400, stay for 3 nights, get some phones, calls, come back for 3 nights, get some phones, calls, come back, then raise some more money, do some calls, come back, etc. A bunch of fire crews just passed, pickup trucks, because they're working on putting out those fires. Who knows if at this very moment I'm driving past a functioning payphone. It's really frustrating. I turn the air conditioning and I get too cold. So I turn it off and I get too stuffy. And you're gonna turn it back on. Whereas perfect calibration. Why can't I turn this up to 70 degrees and just be comfortable? The air conditioning's on, I turn it up to 70 instead of low, and it's still just cold. It doesn't feel 70 degrees in here, it just feels cold. More complaints. Shouldn't be complaining. Grateful I even have a car. Not grateful for the bill, but grateful for the comfort and the safety. Umatilla or Umatilla, and then Wama something. Irrigon, Irrigon. That's where I am. If you guys look up the Irrigon, Oregon, that's where I am. Drive, maybe you'll see me on Google Maps. Oh, I'm yawning because I'm talking so much, I think. It makes my jaw muscles feel like... I'm talking in like a weird way. I'm trying to enunciate. 84 East. Oh my gosh, personal reason for Piper. How far behind is that chat? Thanks, Piper. I don't know how old this comment is, but I'm seeing it now. I'm glad you're excited. I'm very happy to share it with you once it's done. I'm looking forward to when I have all the footage. And then I can just decide what this will be. Part of me is thinking like, oh, it could be like a multi-episode series or something. If the calls are really good, I can just break it up into a certain amount of episodes. The idea was originally like an hour and 45-minute piece in that range. But we'll see. Gotta let it speak to me and tell me what it's gonna do, what it wants to be. Yes, Rashid, we are on a payphone hunt. Nathan is Welsh, so that makes sense. His brother. Nathan has Welsh in him? I think some of these comments are like old. I'm hungry. I have to pull over to get food. There's nowhere to pull over. It's getting darker. Just feeling lonelier. What happens when it gets dark. Oh, is that corn? I don't know if that's corn actually. Is that wheat? I don't know what that is. Sugar? I don't know what that is either. Sugar cane. Thank you, Memphis. I'm reading your message. Oh, thank you, Memphis. Anything. It's just really, really nice of people to donate and to support the movie, which you haven't seen, but I'm hoping you believe in and are hoping that you're looking forward to it and excited about it. And I'm also hoping that it's going to be great. Thank you so much, Memphis. $10 is not a little donation. It is a very generous, sizable donation. And I got a donation from initials of AD. I don't want to name, but they gave $50. New donators are extreme angel donators from the heavens above, the land of generosity. I'm just trying to clean my windshield. So thank you, initials AD. I don't know who, I'm trying to see, maybe, who would that be? Well, if you're out there, initials of AD, who sent me a donation of $50, thank you a bajillion. And thank you again from Memphis for the $10. That's huge. That means, and I think Nathan gave 10, so it's 50, 670. That's $270. We're at 270. That's like at least 3 nights of a motel. Oh, you guys are amazing. You're so nice. And you're so generous. Thank you. Thank you for watching. and your generosity of giving your time and spending some time with me and sharing your time. And thank you as well for the financial donations, which is so wonderful and nice of you. I really appreciate it. I can't say it enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. Knowing there's people out there supporting and listening and watching. Maybe there will be a continental breakfast. I'll get some orange juice. Oh, wow, what a relief. Thank you, Memphis, and thank you, initials AD. Still can't hear anything. Can you not hear anything? I don't know if some of these messages are mixed up, because I just got one from Sketchy, but I thought Sketchy had to leave. So maybe my timeline is not accurate, but hopefully you can hear me. Well, maybe that was an old message. So what was I saying? Thank you for the donations. I just checked the notifications. Another 50 from initials AD and another 10 from Memphis. So huge donations for old Chipper Rigby. And Sketchy, maybe we are still there. And obviously the mega donation of $200 from Sketchy. So we're up to $270. And I think if I can find the right motels, I can make that stretch over 3 nights, probably. Oh, that helps so much. Thank you, everybody. Oh, navigation is talking to me. 82 West. I gotta take that. Coming up. I was thinking it'd be a little bit cooler out here because I'm going up north more. So I don't have to use the air conditioning. I'm 40. Do you all know that? I turned 40 this month. Or last month. I'm proud to have made it to 40. It's also a little bit unnerving to get older, but at this point I just keep thinking, I hope I live. When I see older people, I'm like, oh, I hope I live to be 99 and 100 years old like them. That would be wonderful. Alright, 82 West. You didn't hear me during all that, but I was just making sure I didn't go the wrong way. I'm now on 82 West. Oh, thank you, AJ, for the birthday greeting. I am a Leo. And I'm just not sure if some of these messages from Sketchy are delayed or not. 82 West. And then I have to get on 395 North, which is crazy because I've taken 395 years past to many places. Helen and I used 395 to get to Yosemite entering from the east entrance. It's like a beautiful drive because you drive along the Sierra Nevadas the whole way. Well, not the whole way, but a lot of the way. And it's just really pretty. But I was going to say that whenever I think of 395, I think of all that kind of stuff, like me and Helen, there in Yosemite. And I went out there the first year I went to Burning Man. I took that road for the first time. And it's nice because it's just like a desert highway, and there's very few people on the road. Like, it's just not congested or anything. It's pretty scenic. But I was going to say, whenever I think of the northern reaches of 395, I didn't know 395 actually came up this far, but it does, apparently. But I always think of Reno when I think of that end of 395. And when I think of Reno, I think of California Split, which is a Robert Altman movie, which I really loved. And it kind of makes me feel happy, cozy inside. Maybe I could take that donation money and spin the big wheel and win big. Turn that $270 into $270,000. Then I could return all of your donations with interest. It would be an investment for you. And then I could still make the movie. I won't do that. But it would be fun if it worked out that way. So now we're on this road, 82 west for 30 miles. Freaking out a little bit right now in my head because I'm thinking about how I need to find a phone before I call my friend tomorrow. I'm calling my friend Alex, the one who made the music for All Bored and Amused. He made the score. He wrote all the music and played it all. Well, see how far we get tonight. If I can get... It's only 7:30, so it's not that late. I just don't like to drive at 10 o'clock. Oh, Piper, thanks. I really love that music that he made. It was so, like, it just really fit in, I feel like, with the mood of everything. And a lot of that was just sort of like, 25 minutes worth of just improvised pieces. And then I peppered them out throughout the film. And I didn't really have to reuse much of that because there was enough to sort of like stretch it out throughout the whole thing. Oh, and then he made that other little piece of music for a specific moment when my character is trying to figure out what just happened with the whole crazy part of the film, if you've seen the movie. The vision sequence or whatever. Grapes. I washed them. They still feel sticky. Gosh, this air pollution is a bummer. Let me double check the speed limit. I'm pretty right here. That's okay. I'm being safe. Also, that's just exit 1. Your power went out. Exit 1. Does that mean now I'm in another state because the exit started over? I didn't see like a welcome to wherever. Oh wait, what's this? Sorry, grapes. Going over the river. Limit Vancouver, 1/4 of a mile. 1 1/4. I don't know where I am. I don't know if I'm in Oregon still, or if I'm going into Washington maybe. It should be a really nice sunset happening right now, but instead it looks like pollution city. Great. Stamps. Washington. Welcome to Washington. I just entered Washington. Sorry, I have to eat. I'm starving. Things are sticky now. Yeah. I gotta pay attention to the road. I gotta pass this guy. Okay, so now we're in Washington. I don't know for how long. Okay, I am in Washington. I can't really drive with this light on, I don't think. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I can't drive like that. dark. You could do that one, I guess. I'm not gonna stay on very long because the signal's getting bad, but also I gotta go get some gas, and I don't even know where. And I feel like I'll be distracted and I won't pay attention to the gas if I keep driving. If I keep streaming. So before I lose my signal again, I hope it's still there. But thank you everybody for watching. Thank you. Huge thanks to Sketchy for that massive donation, and to my own brother, and to Memphis, and to initials AD. I believe that's everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry, but I will double check after when I come back to the next stream, either tonight, what's going on. But I want to start sign off before I lose my service again, because it seems to be pretty spotty out here. Thank you all, and I'll be back maybe tonight in the motel, depending on what time I get there and how tired I am. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye bye. I don't know how to end this. Oh, you're welcome, AJ. Thank you. Thanks, Rashid. Yes, Rashid, I am driving to the great unknown. Thank you, Sketchy. Amazing. Thank you so much. You're so generous, and I appreciate it so much. And everyone else's donations, I appreciate just as much. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. I'll maybe talk to you later tonight. I'm not sure. We'll see. If I'm not too tired. But I need to find some gas, because my car says I have 84 miles left. We'll see.